Well, the Tibetan Book of the Dead is, among other things, a guidebook for beings who have died. So what I do is I do a few minutes of preparation where I've been instructed by some of my teachers how to prepare for reading, and so that takes about 10 minutes. And then I do the prayer to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that in ancient times took vows to help dead people and help guide them. So I pray to them and request their assistance. And then I start in going through, I'll call a small group of people and then give them instructions, and then I'll call another group of people and give them instructions, and again and again and again and again until I'm finished. Before we started, I did my daily organization where these are the people that have died in the last 49 days. There's generally 2 or 3 names on each card, and every day some of them finish the 49 days and I have to remove them, and every day I have to add the new people that I have come across that have died. And then I have them in order by date. I have a little date calculator. Today is September 8th, and the people that are finishing today died July 21st. I generally have them organized by date. I also have a separate section for people are always sending me a request to read for someone they knew who died, or a relative or something like that. So I have a section of those which I read for. People can just send me a request by email, and I need the name and the date. I don't need their favorite color. Just very bare information. And it doesn't matter what religion, if any, they were. As you'll see when we go through it, the instructions are in neutral terms, and they're basically, we just explain their situation to them and then say, you have a choice. You can go to a heavenly area where there's a great being there to help you right from the beginning, and there's no suffering there, or you can take your chances, you know. So now I'm going to start my preparation. I guess it starts with cleaning my glasses, although I thought I did that already. I had some extensive discussions with Trallag Rinpoche, who has since died, about how to prepare, and also with other Rinpoches. And so what I'm about to do is partly based on what they recommended. I start by asking questions about my own practice and things that I'm working on trying to understand better. Right now, the main question I'm working on is about dream yoga, so I would ask that question. Then I do a prayer to request any beings who have the ability to help as many beings in the lower realms today as possible. Then I do a mantra for better health. Om Nir Sengir Be, Om Nir Sengir Be, Om Nir Sengir Be. And then I take refuge in the traditional way. In the Buddha's teaching, the order most excellent, I take my refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all that lives. In the Buddha's teaching, the order most excellent, I take my refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all that lives. In the Buddha's teaching, the order most excellent, I take my refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all that lives. Then I say a particular mantra that helps with all of this. I say it 7 times. Om Sambhara Samara Brahma Sarama Zahum, Om Maramara Brahma Karama Zahum. Om Sambhara Samara Brahma Sarama Zahum, Om Maramara Brahma Karama Zahum. Om Sambhara Samara Brahma Sarama Zahum, Om Maramara Brahma Karama Zahum. Then I do a prayer to future Buddha Maitreya that was written by Situ Rinpoche, my teacher, who is also the incarnation of the future Buddha Maitreya. And the prayer to Arya Maitreya goes like this. Fire of great kindness, blazing, consuming all anger, shining, clearing dark ignorance with brilliant light of wisdom, protector of all beings, loving them like a mother, to you, the future Buddha, we bow down in great devotion. Om Buddha Maitreya Mem. Body pure and stainless, speech truth unhesitating, mind transcending concept, qualities beyond estimation, your activity pervading all things, every situation, in all ways ever amazing, perfect beyond imagination. Om Buddha Maitreya Mem. To see you or to touch you, think of you or hear of you, lifts the weight of suffering, refreshes mind and body, sows the seed of happiness for the now and for forever. Most wondrous of all beings, we praise and admiration. Om Buddha Maitreya Mem. Governed by our wanting, slave of our rejecting, the clear vision of our wisdom eye becomes distorted and diluted. Loving kind Maitreya, please show us and all beings what to practice and abandon on the path of no confusion. Om Buddha Maitreya Mem. May we and infinite beings be filled with love and compassion and work to benefit others. Through this, may we never be separated from you, be amongst those who are close to you at the time of your enlightenment, and achieve your realization. Om Buddha Maitreya Mem. Then I have a few prayers from the Visuddhimagga that I say. Recollection of the Enlightened One. That Blessed One is such, since he is accomplished, fully enlightened, endowed with vision and conduct, sublime, the knower of worlds, incomparable leader of men to be tamed, the teacher of gods and men, enlightened and blessed. Recollection of death. Death will take place, the life faculty will be interrupted. Recollection of virtue. Indeed, my various kinds of virtue are untorn, unrent, unblotched, unmottled, liberating, praised by the wise, not adhered to, and conducive to concentration. Perception of repulsiveness and nutriment. There is repulsiveness and nutriment as to going, seeking, using, secretion, receptacle, what is uncooked, what is cooked, the fruit, the outflow, the smearing. After death, the body becomes a corpse, which may be bloated, livid, festering, cut up, gnawed, scattered, hacked, and scattered, bleeding, worm-infested, or a skeleton. This body is of the same nature, will not escape this fate. May I not be attached to the 8 worldly dharmas. May I have a sense of urgency. May I perfect sila. May I keep the mind independent of whatever arises in it. Prayer to Guru Rinpoche to clear away obstacles on the path. Dusam Sanjay Guru Rinpoche, Order of Kundag Dewa Chen Poishab, Barche Kunsal Dudu Drag Posal, Sawadepso Jinji Laptu So, Chinang Sangwe Barche Jiwadang Sampalunji Drupar Jinji Lop, Mahum Vajaguru Pema City, Hungo Mahum Vajaguru Pema City, Hungo Mahum Vajaguru. May countless beings benefit from these readings. May I keep the mind on the practice. Now I do a little exercise to increase concentration and purify myself. I do it silently. It doesn't take very long. Okay, so now we've reached the last thing, which is the prayer for help from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. These are ancient enlightened beings who have taken vows to help beings who have died. Om, O tender actions, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, compassionate, all-knowing, all-seeing, all-loving, you are the refuge of beings. By the power of your compassion, please come to this place. Please accept these physical and visualized offerings. Then I visualize all beings coming to make offerings. Then I continue, you compassionate ones command inconceivable all-knowing wisdom, miraculous deeds performed with loving compassion and power to give refuge. O you compassionate ones, these beings referred to here, including all beings listed or called directly by name or indirectly by event, all beings from this world and from the 3,000 world system, and even beyond who have died are going from their world to the beyond, leaving their world, making the great migration. They have no friend, they have great suffering, no refuge, no protector, and no allies. Their perception of this life is declining. They are going to another life from, entering a thick darkness, falling into a great abyss, and getting lost in a dense forest. They're driven by the power of evolution, going into a vast wilderness, swept off by a huge ocean. They're blown away by the wind of evolution, going to a place without firm ground, entering a vast battleground. They're being seized by a great devil, terrified by the messengers of Yama. They're going from one evolutionary existence to another without any power of their own. The time has come when each must go, friendless and alone. Therefore, may you compassionate ones please give refuge to these helpless ones referred to here, including all beings listed or called, directly by name or indirectly by event, all beings from this world and from the 3,000 world system and even beyond who have died. Protect them, be their allies, save them from the great darkness of the between, hold them back from the harsh red wind of evolution, save them from the great terror of Yama, deliver them from the great long straits of the between. O compassionate ones, don't hold back on your compassion. Help them, don't let them fall into the 3 horrid states. Don't waver from your ancient vows, extend your compassion power. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, enfold these ones referred to here, including all beings listed or called directly by name or indirectly by event, all beings from this world and from the 3,000 world system, and even beyond, who have died with your compassionate art and power. Look after them with compassion. Don't abandon them to the power of negative evolution. I strongly pray that you three jewels save each and every one from the suffering of the between. Okay, now we're ready to do the actual reading. This first section is people whose name I got from various news sources, and quite a few of them were murdered or died in car accidents or committed suicide, something like that, beings who really need help. Quite a few of them are also just ordinary beings who, for some reason, their death was considered newsworthy. For example, one that I'm reading for was in his home, and the police burst in and shot him, and they had gone to the wrong address. He had not done anything wrong. And so I'm trying to help a little bit if I can. So for the first one, I try to call all beings who have died anywhere. And then I call some names, and then I give the instruction. All beings who died from any level of existence, anywhere in this world, or anywhere in the 3,000 world system or even beyond, please come and listen. All beings who died anywhere due to any disease, disaster, accident, violence, or any other cause, please come and listen. All of you are called just now. If any of you are still here, please come and listen. Please help all those called. All of you are called just now, as far as I know, died recently, and in general, there are only two possibilities after death. One is the ultimate, the other is endless suffering, basically up or down. The purpose of this instruction is to help you attain the ultimate and avoid endless suffering or hell. The ultimate is the heavenly enlightened goal of all existence, of all religion. You can think of it as heaven, enlightenment, liberation, illumination, salvation, and so on. It's all of those and more, the same reality for everyone. The ultimate is wonderful beyond description, with total happiness and freedom, and completely beyond suffering. If you did not attain the ultimate and you're still here, then you're in the temporary states leading to endless suffering or hell. This is not a dream. Time can run out for you any time and will run out within 7 weeks after death. Some of the levels of endless suffering are completely unbearable with no freedom. For those reasons, I highly recommend you save yourself right now while you can. Why take a chance on unbearable, endless suffering? Through these instructions, you can save yourself right now, starting by going to the Western heavenly area, said to be the finest of them all. You can arrive there shortly in the presence of Lord Amitabha, a great heavenly enlightened being in that area who can help you right from the beginning. Once you succeed and attain the ultimate beyond suffering, please help others to do the same, and maybe later consider working with me and others long term to help many others attain the ultimate beyond suffering. Right now, you need to save yourself. It's up to you. For those of you who want to go to the Western heavenly area right now and immediately begin a wonderful heavenly life without suffering, here are the instructions. First, it's good to remove any possible hindrances to going to heaven. And the way to do that is to right now be very sincerely sorry for all of your previous negative or harmful actions, such as those based in greed, hatred, pride, envy, delusion, and so on. If you want, you can repeat after me. Right now, I am very sincerely sorry for all of my previous negative actions. Then it's good to create and maintain a positive state of mind, and you can do that by right now rejoicing in all previous positive actions, such as those based in kindness, compassion, generosity, and so on. If you want, you can repeat after me. Right now, I rejoice in all previous positive actions. Then, having done both of those, to go to the Western heavenly area right now, also called Sukhavati, the blissful. Aim yourself intensely right now toward Lord Amitabha in the Western heavenly area. Then right now, with great sincerity, repeat after me this intending prayer. Alas, I'm sad that I've stayed here in these temporary states for so long. Alas, despite any opportunities that arose for me, I've still not been saved from endless suffering or hell. I'm revulsed and nauseated by endless suffering. I'm terrified of it. I totally repudiate it. I must now remember the methods of escaping it. I must now take rebirth in the blossom of a lotus flower, the presence of Lord Amitabha in the Western heavenly area, Sukhavati, the blissful. So that's the instructions for the first group. I should mention that while I do that, I visualize the deceased beings up there surrounded by the beings that are there to help them, and in the distance, the Buddha Amitabha Pure Land. And then I do it again.